Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the restoration of a 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was originally called it the Iron Man Project, but this Jeep needs way too much work done to it before we can actually jump into modifying it. Like into a rock hauler or something. So this is going to be the second review for it. A lot of stuff has happened since I believe, what was it, part 5, I believe. So I don't know if you noticed in the last video, but we have a different grill. That also means we actually have you can't really see it, but we actually put a brand new header panel inside. That's why there's no lights on it. You have noticed I've taken the air intake system off of it. Is because there's a reason behind it. We'll get to that later. But so the battery's been disconnected for a while. So the last video was us taking the oil pan off, putting a new sealing on it because it had a really bad leak. Good news is the leak stopped. So replacing the sealant actually worked. A couple bad news is 4 of the bolts needs on the panel needs to be re-screwed, like machine screwed, because it's not the bolts that are stripped, it's the inside of the oil pan up in the engine that's stripped. So it's not a major thing. They tighten down. These don't tighten down like torque level. So later down on the line, maybe a couple years or something, I don't know, we'll address that. It all depends on how well everything else does. So so as soon as we got everything done, it was going smoothly. Little bumps here and there. Turned it on, let the oil run through, and all of a sudden there was this loud banging like sound. It was coming from the engine. Didn't know what it was. Turned it off immediately. Thought we screwed something up. Maybe we hit the oil pickup, like maybe dented it or something. It's not feeding the oil. Maybe something else. Something new popped up while we're working down there. We didn't know. I had to go away for a long period of time, so I couldn't really work on it. But luckily, my neighbor across the street, he works on cars all the time. That's part of his job is to work on vehicles. So so he actually took a look at it while I was away, and he said there's a bolt missing from the exhaust, making the pressure unequalized, causing damage to the exhaust manifold, and that's why the air intake is off right now, off the throttle body. Because later on in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to take the intake manifold off. That means we don't have to take this off the throttle body, but we do have to take its the wires and the mounting off of it, as well as take off this. Now I've seen a lot of people having to take the whole like pulley system off and like set it aside in order to get the intake manifold off. What I'm going to try to test and do, I'm just going to loosen these bolts as far as possible, and then I'm just going to try to take the intake manifold off without actually having to take this off, because it seems like kind of a hassle having to take this off just to get to this. Now, I think it's a kind of a flaw in the design. I mean, intake manifold right on top of the exhaust manifold. Can't get to the exhaust manifold unless you take the intake manifold off. And that's our true goal right there, is to, I have a exhaust manifold pre-ordered. It's on its way right here. It should be in the next couple of days. Once we get it, but that's when we'll begin to take the intake manifold off. Once we get the intake manifold off, then we'll proceed to take the exhaust manifold. And the reason why is because what my neighbor told me is the pressure already started causing damage to the exhaust manifold. Now, I haven't personally got in there and looked at it and see what's going on, but I said, you know what, might as well screw it. If there's already stuff going on with the engine. I've had this Jeep actually in the shop several times. Actually, last time it was in the shop, it was in for almost 2 years. But that's a different story. It just wasn't really the Jeep's fault. It was more like the mechanics being lazy and dumb-witted. So it's a whole different story. Let's not get off topic. So what I'm going to do is I decided to make the decision. Go ahead, get the brand new exhaust manifold on it, and fit it up. It comes with the gasket already. It's like a full kit. It's pretty cool. So we'll do that. Let's see. Now the reason why we don't have any lights in here is because, oops, sorry about that. Is you see this right here? That is called a what was it called? It was called a adjustment pivot points. That's what it is. Adjustment pivot points. And that's what connects actually the light to the header panel, so it stays in there firm. It's just not screwed in. And actually, you pop those joints in. And I'm actually missing, let's say, about 4 in total of them. Now I've looked everywhere. Now I am in California, so finding a Jeep junkyard is pretty scarce. Believe it or not, I live like kind of in the San Diego area, so there was only one Jeep junkyard, and I'm not gonna do that. I don't know you guys, but it's like right on the border of Mexico. I'm trying to be prejudiced or anything. It's just I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to put my crew in trouble. All that kind of stuff. I just don't trust it. Apparently, and I was looking at reviews. The guy's a fucking asshole. Sorry for the language, but it really ticks me off when, you know, people have like, just people are looking for something and you just gonna, you know, treat them like trash, and give them, like, make it a hassle for them to just get like one little part. So I mean, if you know someone that owns a junkyard, or someone that you do this, or someone, please, if someone's looking for a part, don't be an asshole. Don't, you know, like, help them out. Just don't be, just because you have the part and you can, you know, I don't know what this guy was thinking, but, you know, he has the part. He wants to charge so much money, like, that was ridiculous. Like I don't know. It's not talk about it. Not about it. Boiling my blood right now. So, anyways, back on topic. All right. So what we are gonna do for the next video is hang on. There we go. Alright. Is the exhaust manifold. You can't really see it down there. I wish there was like a better way you could see it. But it's somewhere, like, it's down there. You guys know what an exhaust manifold looks like anyways. You don't really need to be preaching to it. I kind of wanted to say, you know, if I'm going ahead and take this intake manifold off, you know, I might as well, like, you know what? Let's just get a brand new one. You know, but I looked online, and the intake manifolds, like brand new intake manifolds, are way harder to find than those adjustment, you know, pivot points that I need for the headlights. I'm like way harder. But then I was looking at it, like compared to like the engine itself, it looks fairly new. So I was like, you know what? This is gonna clean it up like I did with the throttle body for you guys. Remember that? I'm just gonna clean it up and, you know, have see how it works. Okay, so another thing is, I know this is, I'm like way behind. I've done so much of this. Now I don't remember if I actually did a video of this, but I actually got a new AC compressor for the Jeep. Now, like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I just do this stuff for a hobby, right? And when I was attempting to get this out, I don't know if you can really see me move it. Bolt missing, snapped. It's so old and corroded, it just rusted right through. And then I couldn't get that off whatsoever. Couldn't get it off. So they had brand new Allen keys, right? Brand new. So I decided to try to take these two off. Big mistake. I mean, I got it loosened, and then pressure went everywhere. I'm like, fuck. Me, I did not have a dryer. I didn't have anything. So ended up taking it to a shop. No, those are the mechanics that had it for like a year, almost 2 years. Just because they're, I don't know, management issues going on, but anyways. So what ended up happening is I took it in. He installed the brand new AC compressor. Awesome. Ended up getting a new dryer, and it was a good thing I took it in because these tubes, they're brand new, as you can see. The old ones had rotted through almost. They're very corroded inside and need to be replaced immediately. So that was a good sign. The bad thing is, see this little cap right here? It used to have a part that hang on, I need to, here it is. It used to connect to here, so it'd be like that. Well, the mechanics, so you can say, snapped that bit off. Alright, they put a brand new one on, right? Well, they didn't take the other connector off before they did that. So what ended up happening is they gave me the broken part back and said, here, deal with it yourself. So that was another thing that made me mad about them, and didn't think it was very professional of them. So you know what, I was like, without causing a fuss, I just took the part, and I just kept it for the longest time until my dad came and visited us. That's actually helped me with replacing the sealant on the oil pan. He was there guiding the the videotape and stuff. He said that he would take it and take a look at it because he has a vice grip. I don't have a vice grip, nor do I plan on getting a vice grip because I move around too much. So he took it back home, and he said he was going to try to remove it without damaging it. So he actually gave me a call a couple days ago saying he had good success. So he's going to send that back to me, and it's hopefully so we can get this AC compressor fully up and running. Now, but the other thing is, the wiring in the Jeep was the other problem. Yeah, that I don't know if I don't really remember. It's been a while, and I do apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. I know I've been slacking, but I don't know if I did a video for the AC with the AC switch. I don't think I did. But what was actually inside when I took out the old radio, here actually, you know what? Let's show you this real fast, just to see how idiotic these people